back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
It's full-time MMA. You're gonna listen to Like It or Not right now. What is up, full-time family? Derrick Lewis is looking to make the UFC great again. And first things first, he wants to start off by seeing Francis Ngannou's birth certificate. Derrick Lewis ain't fucking around, swiggity swinging, biggity banging like I'm turning left, I'm biggity busting a right. Fuck you, top man. Derrick Lewis is back on his shit. He's back on his bullshit ahead of his ahead of his matchup with Marcin Tybura at UFC Austin. This is what Derrick Lewis had to say about Francis Ngannou, who we all know just lost a UFC heavyweight title fight versus Stipe Miocic. In that fight, Francis Ngannou, some would say, was exposed as far as his ground game and his cardio is concerned. And so now is the perfect time for someone like a Derrick Lewis, who a lot of people were just completely disregarding and looking past. Before Francis Ngannou fought Stipe Miocic, everybody thought it was, you know, just a forethought, an afterthought that he would knock Derrick Lewis out. The fight wouldn't be too close. Francis Ngannou had a whole lot of hype behind him and a whole lot of people that thought he was the next greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. And with that being said, after his fight versus Stipe Miocic, a lot, and I mean a lot of people jumped off that fucking bandwagon. And with now Derrick Lewis is taking shots. And hey, I gotta admit, man, I ain't even mad at what Derrick Lewis is saying right here, because it's kind of true. I mean, no, alright, let's just read what Derrick Lewis had to say. He said, I'm working on my cardio and shit. He needs to get down with me. Everybody talking about how I don't have no cardio and this and that, but they don't know that I do have cardio. I just hold it in and make it seem like I don't because of the way I move. I move slow and then I explode. It is what it is. That motherfucker is at least 40 years old and they say he was homeless, so he probably don't even know how old he is. Tell me where his birth certificate's at. He's 40, man, juiced up. They say he's younger than me, but there's no way he's younger than me. And I got to admit, if we're just looking at the face, I think Derrick Lewis might be a little younger than Francis. And that's why I'm not mad at him wanting to see the birth certificate. Hey, same thing goes if you're about to have sex with some chick or if you're, you know, anything. You need to see identification. If I'm about to fight a nigga, if I'm about to fuck a chick, I want to see some identification. You can't tell me that this guy is, you know, let's say we're in a 40 and up club. I don't know. Don't tell me this nigga's 40 when really he ain't got no fucking birth certificate. The nigga's 33 and he's about to smoke my ass. Or if she, you know, she's saying she's motherfucking 18, I need to motherfucking know. Same difference. I ain't mad at Derrick Lewis for wanting to motherfucking, you know, some picture proof birth certificate from Francis Ngannou, who has admitted he was homeless. Hear me out. The Dana White, the UFC, that's part of Francis Ngannou's story. He was homeless. If you've ever been homeless, like I've ever been homeless, you know it's really hard to keep track of your important documents when you're homeless. Hell, you can be staying from friend's couch to friend's couch, and it's still hard to keep track of your birth certificate and shit. So if you're gonna tell me my boy was homeless, I think it's completely fair to assume he might not know where his birth certificate is. And so when you throw that on top of being a fucking physical competition, which MMA is, you know, when you throw that on top of everything, if I'm about to be fighting a big ass fucking 6'5" Francis Ngannou, I need to see some identification. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that being said, also, a lot of people might have wanted to see this fight in the past. Actually, before Francis Ngannou knocked out Alistair Overeem, a lot of people were talking about the Derrick Lewis-Francis Ngannou fight. I mean, it's got all the rumblings of Godzilla versus King Kong, or some fucking, what was that movie called? Fucking, Leonardo DiCaprio and the fucking slaves. Django Unchained fucking Mandingo fight. That's what this shit low-key would be. Right? Am I wrong? Two fucking big black heavyweights? Manding? Okay, you guys get the fucking reference. With that being said, man, it is what it is. I'm a huge fan of Derrick Lewis. Can't wait for his return. And honestly, at this point, I gotta admit, man, you remember how I was talking about how a lot of people fucking thought Francis Ngannou would blow past Derrick Lewis before the Stipe fight? I might have been one of them. I'm just saying, but now I'm like, yo, we might have a good fight on our hands. But I do like how Derrick Lewis is approaching it. He said, hey, I'm about to go get down on some cardio. Maybe he wants to come along. I don't know, man. With that being said, Derrick Lewis is back to his bullshit, back to the jokes, and also back to fighting at UFC Austin versus Marcin Tybura. Can't wait. Derrick Lewis is a fan favorite and one of my favorite fighters. So win or lose, I'm riding till the wheels fall off. With that being said, swing and bang. I'm motherfucking out now. Should we talk about that real quick? Francis Ngannou and that fucking hardcore screamo. Yeah! I didn't listen to it myself, but you know, I got white cousins. My nigga used to listen to Cannibal Corpse, got the Cannibal Corpse and the skull tattoos and shit, so I'm a little familiar with that shit. So with that being said, I thought that was pretty fun. Derrick Lewis had the tears in his eyes. I might have to run it again. I'm not gonna get no fucking ad money on this video anyway because that's a song, and if I put anybody's song on here, they get all the ad money, which I don't care. It is what it is, man. Do your thug dizzle, YouTube. But with that being said, it is what it is. I am out now. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.